These are money advice that makes sense in theory, but in real life, in reality, practically, not so much. Facebook Marketplace will not make you money. And everyone who has ever sold on Facebook Marketplace is nodded. Yeah, because you know how it goes. You list a product and all you get is this available? Is this available? Is this available? And the second you respond, they ghost you. If the dating world is like Facebook Marketplace, no one is going anywhere. Have I sold on Facebook Marketplace? Yes, I have. I have. But when you consider the number of items I have succeeded in selling compared to the number of items I listed, it's not what will make you wealthy. It's not the side hustle. The best way to use Facebook Marketplace is items that you don't mind living on there for however long, whenever it sells, and you don't mind having it sit in your house. If not, take the stuff to Goodwill and find other ways to make money. Thrifted. What stores are you all going to? Because this idea of saving money on clothes by going thrifting, I think maybe it only works in New York because I have been to thrift stores in two different coasts, East Coast, Midwest. No, I think thrifting is one of those things that used to work back in the day. Back in the day when quality of clothes were good, not this fast fashion stuff that wears out quickly. Because then you could find stuff. I used to thrift early 2000. Shoot, Goodwill was our store. Thrifting is different now. One, because quality of clothes, and two, as you get older and you have other responsibilities, your time is limited. You don't have that amount of time to go through 50 items just to find one that may work and then try it on and see, and then it doesn't fit. And then if you have to go to a tailor, now we have to talk about the cost differential, the amount of money you spend on the item plus the amount of the tailoring. You might as well get you a second job with that time and go buy at Walmart. This is a controversial idea, but I stand by it 10 toes, 2 feet down. Using cash for everything. Once a 20 is broken, it's gone. Once a 10 is broken, it's gone. And the worst part is I can't account for it. I don't know where it went because it's $1 here, $2. I understand why the advice is to use cash. The thought process is when you use cash, you can feel how much money is leaving and you know you're spending. I think maybe it's because we've had over a decade now. So using the card, there's a good understanding that this is money. But every time I swipe, I know I'm spending money. So using cash is more of a liability for me. Plus, the credit card for me is security. I don't use my debit card. A lot of people be hacking things, right? And I feel like the bank is quick to work for their money than for my money. Another reason why the credit card is a better idea than cash is what I mentioned in this video, is the fact that I'm actually getting my money back. I would spend $100 anyway. Why not get my $2 back times 365 days? Boom. Which brings me to this new phenomenon that we have going on lately on social media, which is the no spend day, i.e. no spend Monday, no spend Tuesday, no spend January, no spend whatnot. It may be a good way to promote saving rather than spending. But once you get into that behavior of thinking spending is normal, and so my not spending day is me being great, bad. Your behavior or your mindset should be, I only spend on what I have to spend. Yeah, there may be 10, 20% off. I like this. The kids want candy. That's understandable. But your mindset in general should be, we're only buying what we need to buy. Do you buy every day? If that's the case, that's what you need to tackle. Why are we having to buy every day? What's happening? The advice that works is spending is not happiness. Spending should be done only when you need to. And of course, there's the occasional treat yourself, but focus on getting into the habit of only buying when you have to. Buying in bulk, the wholesale buying and the wholesale stores. I'm really stepping on toes right now. To get the savings, you're buying more. Well, the problem is I don't need more, right? I don't need more because for 2 weeks, I'm good with guava juice or pineapple juice. The next 2 weeks, I don't want pineapple juice. Now, if I've bought 20 pineapple juices or 5 pineapple juices, now I have to go in and buy oranges because now this week I want oranges. What's going to happen to those pineapple juices? Now I have to keep them for future months where perhaps I will want pineapple juice again. Something else with buying in bulk, because you have so much, one, you tend to waste. And two, you also end up getting sick of the food because it's the same thing or the same juice over and over. I'm not saying buying in bulk does not come in handy. There are people it does if you have a bigger family. In fact, now that we have 3 kids, our family has grown. We've gone from 2, 3 to 5. We've actually now decided to give it a try, see if it will save us money. So what we did was Black Friday, when the wholesale clubs had their sale, we joined for half the price. It was only $20. Even if we went just 3, 4 times, we would definitely make that $20 back. So it's not a loss. Get my point? So recheck your buying in bulk. See if it actually saves money. That advice does not apply to everyone. Planting your own vegetables, your own produce. First of all, you have to plant a whole lot. And you better plan on planting for a very long time, sticking with it for a very long time, because planting is cost heavy at the beginning. From experience, I'm telling you from experience, it costs you money up front. So if you're spending $40 just to buy your gardening tools and all that, do you know how much lettuce is? Do you know how much tomato is? You could take that $40 and buy your produce, right? So if you're not sticking with it for the long haul, you've just wasted money. If you're not planting enough to sustain you, you've wasted money. How much is cilantro? Cilantro is like 10 cents for a bush. So when you're looking at saving money and you're looking at planting your produce because that's what you've been told and that's what a bunch of people tell us, ask yourself, first of all, do I love planting? Do I enjoy planting? Some of us like the idea of planting, but then we get to the ground, we open that ground and we see worms. Ugh. And then second, ask yourself if you plan on sticking with it for a long time, because if you don't enjoy it, you might buy the cute apron and the cute gloves. It won't happen. Okay. This is a very good example of, yes, it makes sense on paper. The math is mathing, but as a human being, as a living thing, as life in life, I wouldn't advise it. Spending money on your wedding when it's just one day. Listen, I understand. I was on this team. I agreed before I got married. I agreed it made sense. Why would you spend this money, all this money on just one day? Save that money and put it to a house down payment. It would be worth it. Yes, that is true. But listen, you are getting married. You should celebrate the marriage, because in 20 years, whether or not you last 20 years, whether or not you get, the point is, you are not going to miss that $10,000 you spent on the wedding. You know what you're going to miss? Celebrating your wedding. Now, there's a difference between sensible spending for the wedding and being going overboard. You can be wise with the amount you spend, but do not skip celebrating your wedding in a way that you enjoy. That's a key word. Simply because it doesn't make financial sense. It will never make sense financially. In fact, the fact that you have a party, whatever party, birthday party, wedding, anniversary, funeral, ooh, don't get me started on funeral. As an African, that's don't get me there. That'll be a different video. Does not make sense. Does not make It would never be justified. But we do it anyway because these are the things that enrich our life. So what you should do is be wise in the amount you spend. Don't overspend, but make sure it's a ceremony or a party or whatnot that you are happy with and you're satisfied with. Because 10 years from now, divorce or no divorce, you're not going to miss that amount of money. If 20 years from now you miss 10,000, it's not because you spent it on a wedding. It's because you were not smart with your money the other years of your life, to the point where at that stage you're missing a 10,000 that you spent a decade or so ago. I'm passionate. That's the word. Same thing applies with vacation. Vacations will never make sense financially. It will never be justified financially. But the fact is, unless you have a specific goal within a specific time frame, you're trying to hit that goal, understand. But if this is just life in general, you're trying to save money, you're trying to do better with money, you're never going to justify spending money on vacation. But you need it for your own quality of life. You don't have to travel out for vacation. You don't have to travel international or exotic places, but you do need to take time out with you and your family or you yourself, because that is what enriches your life. That is what keeps you in your happy, so you can actually earn, so you can be in a good spot to earn more. I think we really underestimate how badly we need all of this to be in good space, to be healthy, to make money, to be healthy, to be wealthy. Take a break, take a breather, recharge, so you can come back in and fire on all cylinders. These are the money tips. I have a feeling there'll be a lot more of this coming through. There are a few that I had in mind, but I just haven't had time to flesh it out. And when I do, there'll be a part 2, part 3, part 4. But feel free to leave me tips that you think does not work anymore now in 2023, 2024. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.